Hello, everyone. Just quickly popping on, say hello, doing some talking. It's all the thing. It's all the rage of this thing now, talking. It's mental. It's gone viral, talking. Bit of pondering, you know. Right, so Sunday afternoon, just started raining. Literally as I recorded this, it just started raining. Very, very miserable day in the UK. It's Sunday the 3rd of December. I don't know why people need to know that, but that's what people say on YouTube now, because apparently that matters. And I got a couple of notes. So, first things first, none of this is aimed at anyone. These are literally just thoughts. So that's always a dodgy start to a video, isn't it? When I'm like, oh, I'm not having a go at anyone in particular. Anyway, so first things first, I listened to the Devon Townsend podcast conversation that he did with Steve Vai. And he made a really good point in one of the questions Devon asked him. Because Devon himself isn't much of an interviewer, but he likes to have conversations about creative process and how people... Hello, mate! How people like to, you know, go around getting inspired and writing songs and stuff. And Steve Vai says something quite profound, which is sort of your life is a pond of clear, crystal clear, sort of beautiful water that's completely untainted. But as you let people in, occasionally they'll drop a little bit of poison in the lake or the pond. And eventually what happens is your pond starts becoming polluted. And that can obviously trigger negative thoughts, trigger some insecurities, trigger self-doubt, especially if you're a creative musician type. Sorry about the noise. It's the rain. I can't do anything about it. And he also mentions the fact that he's not very stressed as a person. He doesn't really chase people anymore, which is like at that level of sort of guitar fame and guitar sort of notoriety. I think that's fair enough. But when you're starting out, you need stress sort of to function, I think. Like, I'm stressed quite a lot, but that's because I'm chasing people. And I think essentially what Steve Vai is trying to get at, right, is a lot of our stress is sort of artificial and man-made. And I do agree with that. I like to sort of have a moan and a rant and a thing to sort of, like, when I get overwhelmed, I like actively voice that I'm stressed. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, oh my god. And I think a lot of that could be avoided. But a lot of what I do is quite comedic and quite sort of, oh, I've no idea what I'm doing. And it, like, I don't know. Horses for courses. Horses for courses. Also, I made a bit of a revelation this week. So, the saying, hanging on tender hooks, isn't a saying. It's hanging on tenterhooks. Like, the tent pegs. So they're really famously fragile. I hope you can still hear me. It is apocalyptically bad weather outside. I guarantee as soon as I stop recording this, the weather will be fine. So yeah, I hope you can hear me. But yeah, I didn't realise it was tenterhooks, not tender hooks. So I thought it was a reference to like a butchery, where meat is hanging on a tender hook. So yeah, learn something new every day. But that's one of those, like, I was today years old when I realised that this was this. I've always gotten sayings wrong. I've always gotten the wrong way around. There you go, you'll be able to hear me 100% now. Something that annoyed me this week, which was absolutely outrageous. One of the biggest podcasts I listen to at the moment is Blind Boy, based on Che. Check her out in the recommended videos. I interviewed her recently. She recommended the Blind Boy podcast to me, and I love him. I think he's fantastic. I've actually bought Topographia Hibernica. I'm going to review that at some point in the future, so that'll be good. So he does something in the middle of his podcast called an ocarina pause, and an advert will play because he's a massive podcaster. And At Home with the Buckleys I think it was called, or is it called something else? At Home with the Buckleys is James Buckley's YouTube channel with his partner Claire, but I think In Sickness and in Health is their podcast. And you often see these people that are quite sort of public figure-y, they kind of just pivot and go to podcasting because they know that people will listen and they can potentially get loads of money if they promote the right stuff on the podcast. And this was outrageous though. Like, Blind Boy played an ad, or it's completely randomly generated ad. He doesn't get to choose which ads go on his thing. And it was At Home with the Buckleys talking about In Sickness and in Health. Or so I thought. Actually, it was them talking about the new Volvo electric vehicle. So you've got a podcast with another podcaster promoting something that's not their own thing. And I just thought, fucking hell, this is like that's like me coming on here talking to you guys, talking about someone like Blue Van Man or Ben Bulks or Scott and Wonders World, and promoting something that they have promoted. And I just thought, fucking hell, this is like stealthy marketing. And they were like, hey guys, check out the new Volvo C-Class, or I don't know what it was. But I was like, bloody hell, is that how far we've come now? That we're just like any possible hole in a podcast that can be filled with advertisements. Like, I don't understand it. But there we go. That's probably the main part of the video, to be fair. Last thing I'm going to say, once again, this isn't aimed at anyone. This is just a bit of a realisation that I've had this week. Because I've started journaling. Because I do suffer with anxiety. And I want to try and get better, especially next year. Because something that I actually said at the start of this year was I want to learn to calm down. Just in general, in life, at work, in personal life, in awkward situations, in things that can be escalated without needing to be escalated. I just want to calm down. And I think I'm getting there. I think it's situational and it's within a certain context. But yeah, something as well that I want to get better at, this is just a sort of note to myself really as a video, is stop yawning. That's a good start. And the next bit is be excited for what's happening right now. Be excited for what's going on in your current situation as it happens. Because I have 100% fallen into this trap, which is a very hedonistic mindset of what's next. And it's like, how can you enjoy the present moment if you're just thinking about what's next all the time? Because once you start getting into that mindset, it's very, very difficult to break out of. And it's just about sort of going for a walk, weather permitting, and just enjoying, like, seeing wildlife and just not allowing things to, like, derail you and, like, ruin your day. And I think I'm getting there. It's not a great time of the year to start sort of vowing to myself that I'm going to go for more walks because, you know, it's apocalyptically bad outside at the moment, weather-wise. But I'm trying. And I don't just come on these videos and just blurt a load of crap, in my opinion. I do say things that I think have meaning and substance. But yeah, that's all I got. If there's anything in particular you want me to talk about, I think me and John are doing some reaction videos soon, but they're going to be quite time sensitive. Then drop me a suggestion. You can drop me a suggestion in the comments below. Not a lot of you comment, and I'd like to try and improve that as the channel grows and as this grows. Also, if I release a guest schedule next year, then feel free to message me. I think my DMs are open on Twitter. They're open on Instagram. Also, drop me an email, absolutebedlampodcast@gmail.com. If there's a certain guest that you want me to ask a certain question, then hit me up and I'll do it. Like, I'm not precious. As long as it's not something absolutely mental, because I just won't do that. don't want to self-sabotage my guests. But yeah, hope everyone's good. This was meant to be a 4-minute video and it's now 10 minutes, so I'm going to leave you alone. And yeah, check out Goat Energy. I've literally just got one open. I'm not, being paid to say this. But yeah, Funky Goat, cherry flavour. Check them out, code Bedlam10. Got loads of content coming up soon on the channel. Got a hot sauce review coming out. Got some Aldi crisps review with my son. Got some interviews coming out. And yeah, I'm just enjoying doing this. And yeah, just breathe. Just breathe. But yeah, cheers for watching. Share this around if you fancy it. Tell a friend. And I'll see you in the next video, alright? Take care. Bye.